So I had no clue what should I do for my next video, so I decided, well, why the hell not? I will do a video on custom zombies, and more specifically custom zombies for World at War. I know BO3 is more the widely popular one since it's the more stable one and more tension due to the Steam Workshop it has. And also it's a better stable as I think it has some better maps on it. I don't know, I have not played BO3 yet, or well some of the custom maps on PC. But I wanted to do this video as an extra to look back on some of the old custom zombies maps, and well also too, if you can't afford BO3, well we have a list of alternatives of what maps you could play, and more specifically for World at War. Now for Black Ops 1 it has custom maps and mods, but I'll probably do a similar video like this one, for that game. But for this one we're going to focus on World at War. Now for World at War it might be considered outdated, considering the fact that it released in 2008. I'm sorry if that makes you feel old, but still World at War is still playable. Now for some of these maps, some of them may not work, so it was kinda hard to find ones that work, seeing how they're all mostly dead links now. But this was my first time going back into World at War custom maps, so I'm probably looking at more alternatives to finding more maps. And I managed to find some of them that worked. And some of these maps were featured on Vanos' old World at War videos, so you might recognize some of them. And I'll have all the maps linked in the description if you want to try them out. So let's get to some of my top 5 picks for custom zombies for World at War, in no particular order. Number 5, Orbit. Orbit was created by Make Sense, and it takes place on the space station. And it's not the first time zombie players have been to space. So for this map, zombies have overrun the space station and it's our job to stop the infection and save the Earth. And you have the classic crew in this map. And for this map, since every map has their own unique type of weapons, this map has a wide range of weapons ranging from Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Ghosts, and Halo. And you're all able to pack-a-punch them. And some of them are pretty OP, like the battle rifle. And what else is unique to this map that it's randomized each time you respawn, or each time you restart the level. It can be either that you start with a different pistol, or it can be randomizing of perks. And also too the randomization of where some certain placements are, like for the power. So with every playthrough something is different. And also not even with that, you can also change the game mode for it. You can either have it be easy, normal, or hard. Or you can have gun game. For the footage I mostly played on normal and it was kinda easy, so you probably want to play on hard. And I say that because I'm really not that good at zombies, I only play it for casual fun. And also too, all these maps are playable for multiplayer, you can bring your friends along, more unless if they want to buy World at War and not BO3. But Orbit is really a solid map, even though it has some messed up issues with it, like you need to turn off the specular map in order to play the game because sometimes it crashes. And sometimes you might need to play in window mode, which is only sometimes. It's mostly the specular map fault, you have to just turn it off in order to play this map. So with that fix out of the way, let's talk more about the map. So the creator created more perks for this map, and you can find some in the Pack-a-Punch area, and you can find more when you get teleported to these areas when you're trying to unlock Pack-a-Punch. And in order to unlock Pack-a-Punch, you need to find cards and put them in these airlocks in order to unlock Pack-a-Punch. It's really easy, it's not that hard, it's pretty self-explanatory. And there's custom icons on this map too with some certain power-ups, and added power-ups too like with infinite ammo and the death machine. And also too some new zombies, like some are napalm zombies or some are the electricity zombies, which are in the same style as the Noah 6 crawlers. And they have the same models from the Dead Space 3, I think the vomit guy. And also too, the zombies reflect the map just being in space. The map is pretty wide open in some certain areas, and in some certain areas it's really closed off, so just be careful where you go. And also be careful where in the hallways of where the zombies spawn. And it's a pretty solid map. Well for me, as everyone has different tapes of what maps they like. And for this map it has a beatable ending. There's no Easter egg and there's no viable ending, as it's not one of those usual maps where you could buy the ending. As you have to defeat a special zombie at the Pack-a-Punch area. And first you gotta activate it too, so you gotta find the switch for that. Yeah, for this map you could beat it in the normal way, just defeat the zombie and that's it. And also too, there's some added sound effects. In fact, it's more of an overhaul of the UI for this map. And like I said earlier, this is a really solid map and I think you should try it out. I think it should be one of your first custom maps if you really want to. Now there's other ones that were better, but I think this should be your first map if you want to get back into the custom zombies for World at War. Number 4, Malibu Drive Avengers Age of Apocalypse. What a mouthful. Malibu Drive was created by ZK Studios, and this map's pretty self-explanatory. You get to play all the superhero characters from Marvel series, like the Avengers, and I mean all of them, well mostly from the movies. And you can change your characters of what you play in the middle of the game too, so you're not stuck to one character. And all of them have different superpowers akin to their character, like with Spider-Man is able to use his webs with one of his weapon slots being the web shooter. For Hulk, you need to find a way to get him mad, and by that you need to make a serum in the game. Same with Thor, you need to find this hammer in one of the buildings. And with Captain America, you need Hulk in order to get his shield. So it's kinda tedious to get their items. And so with the other characters too, as Hawkeye needs his stuff too. But there's other characters that already start off with their powers, like Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and the Vision. But two really characters you'll probably enjoy playing on this map is Grodd and Iron Man, or Tony Stark, as you can use their suits in the game when you buy them. Roads or War Machine is more the easier one, as you just need to spend points to get him. As for Iron Man, well, you need to find 5 things in order to unlock his armor suits. And the map is huge. And also too, every character reacts differently to the environment. Like with Spider-Man, you're able to zip around in some certain areas. And as for Vision, you're able to zip around through certain areas. For the footage, I played Quicksilver as he was super fast and it's kinda broken. Or most of the powers in this game are pretty broken for this map. Just like with Orbit, it wasn't that hard to die. And for this map, there's some special zombies, like the Napalm Zombie and an Invisible Zombie. And also custom icons and some more weapons from BO1 era. And BO2. And you have a wide variety of weapons, as you can use the regular weapons or you can use the superhero weapons. Also too, the characters have dialogue, or it's text box dialogue as you look on the top left. And every character has a certain thing to say. And well, if you're into Marvel humor back then in 2016, this might be your map. And if it isn't, well, we can skip this map. Which would be a lot of people, because people don't enjoy Marvel humor anymore. I mean, it's Disney's fault. Yeah, for this map, it has a beatable ending, as you have to use the Infinity Stones, and in order to get them, you have to find them around the map. So it's mostly a fetch quest. And also too, there's other Easter eggs, as in one of them you could find a Batarang. I don't know what you do if you find all of them, but these were kinda hard to find, as there's no guide for this map. I tried looking at a guide online, but I couldn't find anything. If you find the guide, just link it in the comments. For this map, it takes a long while to get everything done, so you're gonna have to spend a lot of time if you're playing solo, but not a lot if you're playing with multiple people. And due to that, you might get bored in the middle of the game because it takes a really long time to beat this. And you're kinda overpowered from the start, as some certain characters take a lot of hits to go down, and the certain weapons you have, or even the character you're playing. But for this map, it was really creatively done well. Well, all these maps are creatively done well, but this one was really good. Really brings out the Marvel stuff really good. Some of the characters going back and forth, well, only in the text box dialogue, and some of the several weapons you can use. And also too, with the Infinity Stones. And this one has custom music, as you could hear the Avengers theme in the background. Also on this map too, I don't think there's any perks on this map, which makes sense because, well, these guys are superpower individuals and they really don't need any more extra enhancements. But this map is really solid and I think you'll have a fun time playing it. Number 3, Ragnarok. Ragnarok was created by, I have no clue because the author deleted his profile on the mod page. And I think a lot of people will play this more than the other 2 maps, as the other next map 2 uses the same style as this map, with chooses Black Ops style, as it has the Black Ops menu UI, and a lot of Black Ops 1 weapons, and also BO2 and BO3, and even uses the special grenades for them. And this map has a lot of features, almost akin to a Treyarch map. There's a lot of stuff to do in this map. Once again, it has a long Easter egg and even has some voice acting into it as you talk to this guy, a weird doctor guy in this holding cell, I think. But this map is really done well. I was kind of surprised because it reminded me, like I said earlier too, BO1 type of style. It even has lore in it too, with radios, even you could find an Easter egg song on this map too, which I was surprised. Because I thought only one map, which I'm going to talk about in the next map, Leviathan, was the only one that had it. And for this one, you play as the original crew or the Primus crew, so you could play the classic characters. And it has a lot of new features in this map, which I'm surprised that World War was able to handle it. As for this one, you're able to slow down time with the time machine. I think this is for a step for an Easter egg step, but I couldn't find it. And also too, for the teleporters, they're in the style of 5, so if you like 5, well, you might like the teleporters, but if you aren't, you might get screwed over. And it goes the same for Pack-a-Punch in the style of 5. On this map, there is a lot of boss zombies. There's a Panzer from Der Eisendrache, and I think from BO2 too, because they're more kind of similar but different types of ways how they fight. And there's a Berserker zombie. I couldn't get it on footage, but I did die to it on one run. And apparently there's more boss zombies too. But the good thing about this is that they come around in later rounds, or like around round 11 or round 10. So at least you have some leg room. And also too, you get more leg room as there's custom traps in this map. For one, I activated one which surprised me, which was lasers. And also I forgot to mention, just like Origins, there's a special weapons on this map. Instead of staffs, you get to use swords. I couldn't get to start the quest as I couldn't find them. But it says right here there's elemental swords on the mod list, on the features list. But one thing, oh well, a minor thing, it's mostly my fault, that holds back this map is that you get a crash if you didn't download a certain something for this map. And well, it's mostly my fault as I didn't read it and I should have read it. You have to download this TM4M link, as it increases more of the memory for World at War. And you need it in order to play this map. And don't worry, I'll link in the description and it's pretty easy to download as it's pretty self-explanatory. Well, not self-explanatory, but it gives you a list on how to install the TM4 link for World at War. And with that, once you download it, you're able to play the map. And the map design is really good. Like again, it's almost in the style of, I think, BO1. But also at the same time, this map is really difficult. Some of the zombies AI is akin to the Varrock zombies, so they run really fast and get to swarm you really quickly. And also too, they come out of the teleporters of where you can't enter, so you're always surrounded no matter what. And also too, there's a new perk on this map. I didn't get to see it, but I think I skimmed over it as I saw a new perk machine on the bridge. so I think it might be that. And the environment's really good too. Almost like their eyes in Drug, but it's more expanded more on this map. As for this one, if you just want to get back into really hard zombies, I think start with this map first. And if you don't, you just want an easy zombie experience, I think go with Orbit or Malibu Drive. And I think that's it for this map. I don't want to spoil it more, I think you should go find out on your own. It's really good, as I tried and found out most of the things on my own, and it was really fun playing this map, even though it was kind of difficult. But not akin to the first pick I picked for this video. Number 2, Leviathan. I know for these two maps, I think they're remastered on Black Ops 3 Zombies, but hey, I'm only playing the original ones, so let's check them out. Leviathan was created by Jaybird632, Awesome Pie Man, Radmax X, Hex Zombies. Also too, I forgot to mention Awesome Pie Man made the other map, Ragnarok. And this map is really cool. It was actually really ambitious for World at War, as it's an underwater map. I didn't think the World at War engine could handle that, but it did, and these guys did a real good job on it too. Almost like a Black Ops 1 5th DLC for zombies. And I'm not saying that just because it uses the Black Ops 1 UI. But it really does a good job simulating underwater, as you have to use a diving suit in order to breathe underwater, and even to moves like you're underwater. Just think about it with Moon, but underwater, as it uses the same mechanics as Moon from Black Ops 1. Well, in fact, you can see it as a Moon remake, just underwater, but that doesn't matter because this map is really good. When I played it for the first time, I was really surprised how really well done it was. Like with Project Ragnarok, I felt like this was a Black Ops 1 DLC map. I think I already said it in the video, but I just gotta keep saying it. This map's really good. And just like with Project Ragnarok, it uses a lot of weapons from Black Ops 1. And even the equipment too. And just like with the rest of the maps, there's a long ass Easter egg for this map too. And again, like with the last map, it's voice acted too. And again, it's more amateur voice acting, but still it's voice acting, which takes a lot of time to do. And a lot of dedication to do. Like with this one and with the other one of Ragnarok, I wasn't sure if you could beat the map, but I think you can if you beat the Easter egg. And also too, I know I keep saying it's an underwater map, but it really immerses you being underwater. Really good. Almost to the feeling of Moon. The map is really big, or I think, because it's really complex for it. And it's designed really well, there's many paths to get to what area you want to. But all that, I don't think I have to say anything else for this map. This map is really good and I think you should try it on your own. But for this was really kind of hard because I thought this would be my number 1 pick until the next map I played. Because for this map, I think it's one of the best maps in Cold War or Custom Zombies. Number 1, Project Viking. Project Viking was created by the Sleeping Obama, or I think, because that's the uploader on ModDB. As for this one, this is the only way to get this map, as the original link is really broken on UGX. For this map, I think I put it number 1 because I'm a sucker for BO2 type of zombies. So it's kind of biased. Well, no list is too biased. Every list is biased no matter what you see. But so yeah, this uses it in the style of BO2. There's buildables, there's bosses, and there's even some certain game types for this mode. As you can change some certain game types and make it more difficult, as this map is really difficult due to how constrained it is. But at least you can adjust the difficulty on this map just like with Orbit. And also too, there's other game modes like Gun Game, and other modes too that I didn't get to try out. Just like with Project Ragnarok and Leviathan, this feels like a hidden BO2 DLC. And I'm not saying that because this map is based off the BO2 multiplayer map, the one with the containers. I forgot the name was. Oh, Cargo, that should have been obvious. But yeah, it uses the multiplayer map for the base for this map, and it does it really well as everything's constrained and feels constricted. But also too, that might be a negative for some people because you could get killed a lot and get trapped really early on. But then again, this map has a lot of ways of getting back up again, as it has the afterlife system from Mob of the Dead. And even too, it brings a lot of more perks in the game, like Who's Who. So for most of the time, you don't have to worry about going down, but it depends on the higher rounds as the zombies get to swarm your body and you have to shock them to make them go away. And also too, the bosses can get really difficult, as it brings back the Panzers and they're in the same style of Origins, so they're really gonna kick your ass. And in the later rounds, they get really difficult as 2 can spawn now, so you better have some good weapons too. And speaking of weapons, it uses a mixture between mostly all the CODs, like from Modern Warfare, BO1, BO2, and Ghost. And not only that, there's a custom wonder weapon on this map, and it's really good. Well, for only one shot, it one-shots the zombies a lot, but it has a long windup and low ammo, so it balances it out. Also too, speaking of wonder weapons, it brings back the wonder weapons from BO1 and BO2, as I got the blender gap for one of the box run. And also too, you remember I said that copies a lot from BO2? Or I mean, takes a lot of stuff from BO2? It has a generator system just like Origins. But for this map, it's kind of wonky as it can get you killed a lot, so you gotta be careful when doing it, as you have to stick close to it no matter what. And also too, which makes this really cool, is that they added kill streaks. And some of them are in the style of Dead Ops Arcade or regular multiplayer. And it's important to use these kill streaks as they can help you out a lot. And for that, they added some custom effects for this map. As if when you fall from a high height, you get a certain effect. If you catch on fire, you have to put it out, and you can inject yourself, which quickly heals yourself. And just like with the other maps, there's a beatable ending for this map. And it's an Easter egg too, so if you're into Easter eggs, you're gonna love this map. Out of all the maps, this is one of my favorite. It changes a lot with the gameplay and it does a really good job with it. And even mixes in the difficulty with it too, and this was just on normal. So you're gonna have a tough time playing this map. And also too, they added a new zombie boss, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, I think you should go seek it out. There's a ton of stuff to do on this map too, so you're gonna have a lot of fun playing this map, like I did. Out of all the maps on this list, this was my most played one. It was the most replayable out of all of them, and it felt like a BO2 map, and I think that's why I kept replaying it. It reminded me of the old days of BO2. But I think that's all to talk about for this map, and for the video too. So those are all the maps I picked for World at War. Well, my top 5. I think you should try them out, and again, I'll have them linked in the description. Sorry for not uploading. I couldn't decide what video idea to do, so I decided to do the top 5 custom zombies list for World at War. This was new to me, so that's why it took a little bit extra long in this video, as I had no clue what to write for the script. But I managed to do it, so we have this video now. I plan on doing more top 5 lists for World at War, BO1, and BO3 whenever I get that game. But if this video didn't do well, who cares? At least I tried doing a top 5 list for my first time. So with that out of the way, I'm not going to get stumped for the next video, as I already have planned out what I'm going to do for it, and I'm going to talk about BO1 campaign. And after that, go 4, and after that, the long-awaited BO2 where what talked about what made it scary. So stay tuned for those videos. And I think that's it. Hope you guys have a nice day. This is Mazer Argo signing out.